What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing what if Naruto controls time, and I'm going to be making a change. Instead of the original timeline, I will make Naruto in Shippuden because this is going to be a little different and it's going to be much better. So basically what happens is when Naruto trains with Jiraiya, he gets a lot stronger, and this is how. Because of his time manipulation. Now, Jiraiya and Naruto figured out this ability by the chakra chain lightening up, so he was able to access his chakra, and his chakra was actually able to manipulate the world's time. So along with Taijutsu, he's going to be teaching him how to use chakra. So basically, whenever Naruto uses his chakra, he can manipulate time, and he can choose how much he can manipulate. So if he wanted to use 5% of his chakra, then 5 minutes of the time would slow down and he can control it. He can also go forward in time, and he can also travel back in time if he wanted to. And he could also do one more thing, and that is to freeze time, so everybody around him would be frozen. But this can only work for only 30 seconds because I don't want him to be too OP. And another problem with that is that he has to use 50% of his chakra to do only 30 seconds of time. So if he wants to do 1 minute of time, all his chakra is gone. And the other thing that makes Naruto OP is that he can slow down time. So that makes everything around him, including Jiraiya, slower. So it's easier for him to learn more jutsu and taijutsu and get better at it. So Naruto had already learned the Rasen Shuriken, making him a relative equal to the Akatsuki. Now, I want to say he's a little weaker than Deidara and Sasori, because if he just does that, it's going to be boring and Naruto can just knock them out. So there's no point in doing that, so let's just put him at the level of Deidara and Sasori. So when Naruto arrived back to the Hidden Leaf Village, he is greeted by Sakura, and I remember Sakura punched Naruto in this timeline, so I want to make Naruto have use of this. So when Sakura punches Naruto, this is what happens. Naruto is able to stop the time and easily able to analyze Sakura's punch, and he is able to get every inch of it. So he was able to mimic Sakura's punch and made sure all the uselessness crap in Sakura is away because she's a bitch. After that, Naruto went to the Hokage office, and Tsunade said, "You will have to fight Kakashi," and Naruto was actually hyped for this because this was his dream, to fight Kakashi. And when he went to Kakashi, he said, "I'm psyched for this fight," and they started to fight along with Sakura. So I want to change something up. This is going to be a 3-way fight instead of a two-way fight because it's just going to be more fun. So basically how it's going to start is Sakura is going to punch the ground, but Naruto stops the time, and Kakashi can actually see this because of the Sharingan, and Sakura thinks that she's like frozen, so she doesn't really think anything of it because her eyes can't correspond with it. So Naruto then goes to Sakura and knocks her out brutally, and then she's out of the picture. Once time stopped, Sakura thought that she's useless and weak still because she cannot keep up with Naruto or Kakashi. Well, she can't anyway, so yeah. So let's see this fight between Naruto and Kakashi. So Kakashi said, "So Naruto, you seem very powerful." "Yeah, I am." And Naruto then smashes the ground. Prior to seeing this, Tsunade and Sakura glare at Jiraiya for teaching that because they wanted the balance of power. But Jiraiya said, "That's your fault, you're weak." Naruto wanted to end this fight, so he threw a Rasen Shuriken, and that blew away Kakashi. Now let's skip right away to Deidara and Sasori capturing Gaara. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, so let's skip right away to Itachi's encounter with Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, and Kakashi. So basically what happens is Itachi puts everyone under a Genjutsu. Naruto looked into the future so he knows if he's gonna win or lose, because this is Itachi's we're talking about, and he's only looking in 5 minutes into the future because that's how long this battle will last. Naruto saw himself under a Genjutsu, and in this timeline, let's just say they lost, so Naruto stops doing the things that he doesn't do. So for example, he doesn't look at his finger. Now Itachi doesn't understand how Naruto is able to predict his movements, because Naruto cannot see into the future or the past is what Itachi thought. It looked like Naruto had his own Sharingan. But when Itachi put a genjutsu under Kakashi, and so he figured out Naruto has time manipulation. Now, no matter what Itachi even does, he's going to lose because Itachi knows that Naruto can use time manipulation, so Naruto can control everything that's going around him, making Naruto defeat Itachi in a couple minutes after the time. Now, Naruto saw Gaara's dead body laying there, and he's in utter furiousness because of that, so he travels back in time to the point when Deidara and Gaara were still fighting. Naruto arrives to the location, and he sees Deidara and Gaara fighting. Now, the sand coffin and the sand tomb, Naruto intercepted both of them. Naruto stopped the time again, and then he started to deplete his chakra. His chakra started to deplete. So as the kunai was about to attach Deidara, it was literally back in consciousness, and it actually exploded on Naruto. So then Gaara comes in and sand coffins Deidara, making Deidara completely impaled. Suddenly, Naruto snaps inward and he goes back because there's a time limit. He implanted chakra into when he was coming back and in, and Sasori saw Deidara fading away. Now, in this version of the Akatsuki, the only person died that was like Deidara, right? So that makes Sasori just leave to the scene because he figured out Deidara died and he doesn't want to deal with the people there. And so he reported this back to the Akatsuki, and Pain said, okay, so I guess that's what's going to happen. So when they arrived back to the scene, there was no need because time set back to where they were. And there was no such thing as like any messenger. So the only person who remembered everything was Naruto, and everybody else didn't know that happened. And the Akatsuki kept putting timestamps of this because obviously it's hard for them. So yeah, and Pain's almighty push can counteract that. So the next time the Akatsuki actually want to attack Naruto, it's going to be through Pain because there is nobody else to do it with. So yeah. Kabuto does put tabs on Naruto, so he does inform Orochimaru about Naruto's hidden power. Orochimaru sends Kabuto to the Hidden Leaf Village to research about Naruto because he is actually more interested in Naruto's power than Sasuke himself. So when Kabuto arrived there, he sees Naruto, and once he went closer to him, Naruto said, "What do you want, Kabuto?" And Kabuto attacked him. Naruto was able to stop the time around him, but Kabuto had a potion to make him react to the time around him because Kabuto studied Naruto. Kabuto then put a poison needle on Naruto. Naruto reacted by catching the needle, and then the paper bomb exploded. Kabuto then said, "I just want to talk." "Fine," Naruto said, "but you have to tell me where Sasuke is." Kabuto then said, "How about I make you a deal?" Before Naruto told Kabuto anything, he looked into the future to see if Sasuke does come back to the Hidden Leaf Village. And keep in mind that Naruto can't just look into the future for a long period of time. He can only look into the future by 30 days maximum. So when he sees that Sasuke doesn't come back to the Hidden Leaf Village, when he gets kicked out of Orochimaru's hideout, he just goes somewhere else, not the Hidden Leaf Village. So he decides not to tell Kabuto anything. So yeah. Naruto came closer to Kabuto and said, "Well, if I tell you anything, it won't help me, so I might as well just kill you with the Rasengan." When Orochimaru gets notice of this, all hell breaks loose because he got no information and Kabuto died, his caretaker. Now Orochimaru gets weaker and weaker each day because of this, since Kabuto isn't around anymore, making Orochimaru really pissed. So he makes the absorbing of Sasuke much faster. Orochimaru isn't as weak as before, so he isn't going to do as bad as he was. He does give Sasuke a lot of trouble in this timeline. Sasuke pulls in a Chidori, but Orochimaru is able to dodge the Chidori and pull up with a Snake Shadow. And Sasuke cannot react to Orochimaru. And Orochimaru is able to destroy Sasuke in every way possible: right, left, up, down. And then Sasuke had enough, so he activated the Sharingan, put Orochimaru under a Genjutsu, and absorbed him. Now, this absorption isn't going to be as good as before because Orochimaru is stronger. And that's it for this video. So please break a like though. That's 50 likes. And yeah, and I'll do what if Naruto was an Otsutsuki if you break the like level 100 likes. So break the like, break the like, break all the likes, 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 break all the likes.